Welcome back to the Let's Play. This episode is for the bees. If you remember, several episodes back now, on our adventure to find the stronghold, we found some bee nests on a tree, and we had silk touch on our picks, so we went ahead and picked two up, and they should have bees in them. I think the plan for this episode is to make first a manual bee farm so that we can use these bee nests to get some bee hives. That's right, isn't it? Bee nests is what you get off the tree, and we need to make some bee hives, which means we need to breed up some bees and get some honey blocks and what's the other block called? Honeycomb block. That's right. Commonly used as a decorative block. I think actually there's not much function to it. You know, the honey block you can use in redstone. I've seen people do that before. And also, you know, it's sticky and fun to walk on. I also have some plans to decorate with these blocks. Let me show you what I've prepared down below here. We have set up in between episodes an area to manually breed up our bees. I also put in a little carrot crop farm here because the bees will help this grow and we can get some carrot harvest to trade with our villagers. For now, you can see some of the walls are not complete. Over here, I just put spruce planks. This is where the bee nests are going to go, and eventually beehives once we craft some. And some simple stone brick pillars here, and these walls and the ceiling I left the way it was when I dug it out. And the reason is I'm going to use the honeycomb and honey blocks to decorate. So we'll decorate our first manual temporary bee farm, and then later we'll upgrade to an automatic farm once we get some more bee hives crafted. Let's get started here. I need to breed up the bees that are in these bee nests, but first I want to make sure we have, okay, here's some campfires. We have flowers already. Let's start over here. We'll place two campfires here. Actually, yeah, just two for now, because I don't want to spread all the campfires out. There's a chance the bees can burn on the campfires and take damage, and we don't want to hurt our bees yet. Actually, we don't want to hurt our bees at all. We want the community to thrive. I also have some trapdoors here. I was thinking, yeah, these are spruce trapdoors. I was thinking if we contain, maybe I need to do a temporary one on this side too. Let's see if this works. I was thinking if we don't make a way for the bees to get hurt on the fire, they might be more protected. Let's throw, before we put our bee nest down, let's put some flowers down. Maybe a whole row of flowers, because we're going to need them down eventually for the rest of the beehives once we breed these guys up. I'm using poppies because, you know, the iron golem farm produces them in great quantity, and I have little use for them. But the color is quite nice too. It adds a splash of color down here, because it's going to eventually be a lot of yellow, right? And we'll have red flowers, and I think that'll look nice. Let's put the bee nest down and see if we can breed these guys up. Hopefully some bees will come out of here. I'm thinking they should do pretty soon. Okay, there we go. I heard a popping sound. And let's give them something to eat here. Actually, do they eat the flowers? They don't really eat the flowers, right? Here, you can have one too, even though I only see 3, which is an odd number of bees. But once we start getting some honey in these bee nests, we can use our shears and get some honeycomb. And then we can use the honeycomb to make bee hives. I think the crafting recipe, these guys are following me because I have flowers in my hand. Here, you have a flower too. No, I guess maybe he's on a carrot block or something. Oh, there we go. And the help, actually, if I give this little bee all these flowers, will it grow up faster? Maybe. Or maybe not. Actually, I'm not sure the bee looks any bigger. But that's okay. We have plenty more flowers. There's 3 stacks in here, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's give these bees a chance to grow up, and then we'll come back and breed them some more, and eventually we'll get this place filled with beehives. Hey, it's Outnumbered here with a quick bee update. As you can see, we have honey in our bee nests. I've also had to make a change to the entrance, which I'll show you in a moment. First, let's harvest our first honeycomb. There we go, which we can do safely because we have campfires beneath. And how many did we get? 6! Let's come over here to this crafting table and see how many bee hives we can make. I think, is it like this? No. No, I'm doing the crafting wrong. Let's use the quick craft, because I don't remember how to make a beehive. There we go. Okay, it's 3 planks across the top and bottom, and then 3 of the honeycomb. So we should be able to make 2. Oh, we can't make 2? Oh, I can. Here, we'll manually craft the second one. So we can craft from 1 harvest of the honeycomb, we can craft 2 beehives. Yeah, they stack for now. So let's go ahead and place these down. It means we need to grab a campfire, 2 campfires actually, and let's also grab 2 trapdoors. There we go. Well, we'll pick 1 back up, right? But we're going to need that temporary one as well. Let's put the trapdoors down first. And let's mine this trapdoor here, and then we'll place 2 campfires down, which I already have on the hotbar. We'll put 1 there and 1 there. Close the trapdoors. Give me 1 more for a temporary one on the side. We won't need that eventually once we hit this pillar over here. And then with my new beehives, I can place them here, and now we have some more homes for these bees to spread to as we breed them up. Now, I've already bred them up. It's still daytime, but they're all doing bee things in their little hive at the moment. So while they're in their beehives, well, can I breed you up again? You're a baby, you're an adult. It doesn't look like... Yeah, he's not taking a flower, so I guess I can't breed him up yet. I need 2 adults out here anyways. Let me show you what I did to the door here. I had a problem with bees escaping out of my bee farm. So as a solution, I pushed the entrance back and put a door here to close off the shaft here. It looks like I need to place my ladders back as well so I can get out. I haven't left yet. But yeah, now we have a door which keeps the bees in, so they won't be flying away on me now. And I don't know where my bee friends have gone, but they have been, fertilizing? I don't know. They've been making my crops grow faster. So I'm able to harvest some of these carrots here. And we'll stash those away. I moved the barrel over here since we moved the door back. Throw the carrots in here for now. And yeah, we should get a pretty good size carrot crop from even just this tiny little farm here, because of the bees. Yeah, there's another one just grew up there. Can harvest some more carrots, throw them in here, and it looks like we have some more bees, but I still can't breed them up yet. Oh, that one's ready to breed, so maybe if we can get that other bee might have been a child bee. That, look at him making my crops grow. Good bee. Once we get some bees out here ready to breed, we'll get even more, and then some of them will establish new colonies in these beehives. Let me come. Yeah, let's cut here, and then I'll be back once we get even more bees in here. Don't go away. Welcome back. As you can see, I've been busy breeding up these bees and harvesting the honeycomb. Let's do that now, actually. We have some ready. And we already have quite a bit of honeycomb in our inventory. This stuff just shoots out everywhere when you shear it. But we've been getting a lot of honeycomb here. And as you can also see, we have a whole row of beehives right here. And almost a whole row right here. We just have our original bee nest in these first two positions. But what I'd like to do is, as soon as it becomes nighttime, which I don't think it's nighttime right now, we'll silk touch these two bee nests with bees in them, and we'll retain those for later. I think we'll just put them away in our storage, our original two bee nests. And we'll replace these two spots with a couple of beehives and breed up a couple more bees. They should occupy those hives, and then we'll have two full rows of hives. Later we'll need to silk touch these hives with the bees inside for our automatic bee farm. But we're not quite ready for that now. What we are ready for is, I noticed we have quite a bit of honeycomb block, and I think it only takes 4. A honeycomb, we have quite a bit of honeycomb, and it only takes 4 to make a honeycomb block. So as you can see, we already have 16. In fact, we can make more. Yeah, let's make more. We'll just make as many as we can. So we have 27 for now. I also crafted up a couple extra beehives in this barrel here. So we have 8 extra. So I have 2 already ready to replace those bee nests. But since we have some honeycomb blocks made, I thought it would be nice to start decorating. And I'm going to start decorating right around this door here. It's especially good to start doing this when all the bees are occupied in their hives. They do that from time to time, even when it's not nighttime. Let's go ahead and start decorating this wall. I think we will swap out some of the honeycomb. We'll put the honey blocks there, but I don't have any bottles with me, so we'll have to come back and replace them later. But for now, I think, can we get this whole wall done? Let's see if we can do the whole wall in honeycomb blocks. And then this place will start looking pretty nice. How many can we do here? It looks like I need... we're going to be a little bit short. I'm pretty sure we're not going to make it. Let's do... This is 5, right? Right here. Let's dig this out. It's difficult with the bees in the way. But we'll get this done here. That bee wants to be in the hole, apparently. I think we'll let him. Let's do... okay, he's left. The bee has left. Let's do these hard spots right here, so we don't have to worry about those later. And that's all the honeycomb I have for now to make into blocks. Oh, it looks like there's a couple more left. There's a couple new ones here that I can shear. Where did those go? Down here. Is that it? How many can we make from that? Only one more. One more block. Okay, well, I guess we'll just stick this one block in here for now. And then we're still a couple blocks short to complete this wall, but it's already looking much nicer. Actually, the pattern kind of makes me dizzy, but it does make me feel like also that I'm in a bee nest, you know what I mean? And is it almost nighttime? No, it's not quite. So it's really difficult since I built this manual bee farm underground. It's difficult to tell the time of day, so I went and grabbed some things to make a compass, not a compass, a clock. And I grabbed an item frame, so now we can know what time of day it is, without having to look up, you know, to see outside. We can just look at the wall here and see that nighttime is coming. In the meantime, let's harvest up some of these carrots, and the next thing we need to do is start on an area for our automatic farm. Now the automatic farm needs a collection system, and the collection system is a minecart with hopper. The farm actually has quite a large footprint, so we're still going to decorate this wall in the honeycomb block, but what I need to do is start digging out a place for the automatic farm to go, and I think we're just going to put it right back here behind the manual farm, and we'll leave the manual farm operational, but we'll be able to come down here through the manual farm and we'll be able to collect from the automatic farm once we get it up and running. In the meantime though, do we have any dirt on us? We don't. Here, I have 2 stone brick because I think I just broke those blocks off the wall over there. Let's just throw these in here for now because I don't want the bees occupying this room. Actually, we have an extra door, don't we? Yeah, we have an extra mangrove door because I crafted 3 when I put that one in. So let's go ahead and mine these blocks out of the way, and we'll stick a door in here for now. Not that way. I want the door to go this way. Yeah, so it looks like that one. So we have a door that should keep the bees out. Looks like we also have some beehives to shear. Let's grab some more honeycomb here. Yeah, there's the manual farm actually works quite fast. And we can get the honey blocks anytime. We just have to go grab some glass bottles and come down here. Here, how many more can I make now? Ooh, 21 honeycomb gives me 5 blocks. How many are left here? Here, we can finish this wall. So that'll look quite nice. And then we'll start on the other wall. I like the sound it makes too when you place these blocks. Here, listen. Did you hear? That's like a squishy sound. I think the honey block does a similar sound. Give me that one back. And I guess we'll get started here. I'll put one back here as well. Because eventually I want this wall to be all the honey and honeycomb blocks as well. It'll just be behind the beehives that's going to be the spruce planks. I don't think I'm going to switch those out. But I do want to switch the ceiling out as well. I'm just hoping there's no water above here, because we did dig down underground and there's water around us. Okay, good. It's almost nighttime. We can sleep and pick up those bee nests. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. And I'm also going to start digging out. This area back here for the automatic farm, and I'll come back when we have those things done. Because it's going to take quite a bit of time to dig this out. So I'll come back with an update in a few minutes. Quick progress update on the manual bee farm. As you can see behind me, all the beehives are full of honey, and it's time to harvest. I think I'm gonna make some more honeycomb, because we could use some more honeycomb blocks. Although I did finish this room. What do you think? Is it too much? Is it too much with all the honeycomb? It might be, but I kind of like it. I like how it reminds me that I'm like in a beehive. I mean, that's what it feels like to me. All the walls surrounded by this texture. Also, there's a lighting trick I'll show you later, but there's a glowstone up there in the corner, and then I placed a transparent honey block over it, so the light still comes through and it blends in real nice. I think the glowstone looks really similar, the pattern, to the honeycomb block. Well, we just picked up a bunch of honeycomb that is, so we can move on to the automatic bee farm. So right through this door, I've dug out a room here. I think the dimensions are approximately 12 by 9. That might not be including the stairs here though. And as you can see, I've put down a bunch of placeholder blocks already, including where the collection will be, which is this double chest down here. So everything we get from this farm, which will be honey bottles and honeycomb, we can do either. I've also been collecting some in here. Yeah, I have honey bottles and honeycomb already. Those are collected from the manual farm on the other side of the wall. Let's start building the automatic farm. I think actually I don't want that block there. Everything that I need should be in my inventory. Here, let's place that here for now. Let me show you what you need to build this farm. I'm using a minecart with hopper collection system. You don't have to do this. You could just use hoppers, but this way I only have to use 1 hopper. Also, this farm is tileable, so you can make it 1 beehive. You can make it, you know, as many as you want. I guess 1 would be the least amount, but I'm making mine with 9 beehives, I've decided. And so let's start the collection system. I need to finish showing you what you need for this farm. These aren't exact quantities, but I have a stack of building blocks. I'm using stone brick. You need some dirt. You really only need enough dirt to put flowers on in front of each beehive, so how big your farm is depends on how much dirt you need. Minecart with hopper, which is the collection system I'm using, so I just need one hopper for that. You need some redstone torches, some slabs. I've chosen slabs that match my building block, which is the stone bricks. You need dispensers. You need enough dispensers for every beehive you place, and I'm using powered rails because I have the minecart with hopper collection system. And you need a bunch of redstone. I just have one stack of redstone. Hopefully that will be enough. This farm actually does use quite a bit of redstone. I'd like to make a redstone block first. You don't have to use a redstone block here, but I'm going to use it to power my rails for my collection system. So let's go ahead and place those rails down now, and hopefully they all will be powered. It looks like they are. One thing I want to test real quick is I'm going to place a temporary stone brick right here and see. Okay, that does power, so I might need to move this power back because this collection system has a comparator, which I'll place that down now actually, and I don't want the redstone signal. Yeah, the comparator faces into this block from underneath where the hopper is going to be, which I haven't placed in yet. Actually, we can place in our hopper now too. The hopper is just going to go facing down into the chest. So all the drops from the minecart will stop here. The comparator will lock the hopper. Here, I need a redstone torch up here. Let me just check that real quick. On this block, I believe. So the comparator will send a signal to this block saying, you know, there's something in the hopper, and then that will lock, or that'll send a signal to this block above, I believe, and then that means I need a redstone dust right there. So block, and then the redstone dust, and then that brings the signal all the way back around to lock the hopper, I believe, when it's collecting items from the minecart. Did I do that correctly? I'm pretty sure that's right. And then so that's basically our loading unloading system. But one thing I don't want to happen is I don't want the power from this rail to interfere with that locking system. So we need to place the power for our rails back far enough where that's not going to be a problem. But I do want all the rails to be powered. So let's remove this hopper again, place down a block, place down a rail, and then see this rail is still being powered. So I may need to move this back one more. Let's see if that's correct this time. Not there, right there. And then let's put the powered rails back, and this one is still being powered. I didn't know. Here, let's move this back one more, but this is as far back as I can move it. I didn't know the signal from this block could power that far away. I'm a little bit surprised, actually. Are these all powered? Actually, it's possible I'm powering them from this torch. Is that true? Okay, so now you can see that the power from that block, yeah, the torch was interfering. But you can see that right here where the hopper is going to be is no longer powered. So you want to make sure your rail power is far enough away so that it's not locking your hopper. Let's replace our hopper, and we can also put the redstone torch back there. And then you saw the redstone signal is being received. Let's place our minecart with hopper now, and then we'll test and see if our collection system is working. Let's go ahead and give this a push. Now this should just run back and forth. Okay, it stopped here on the hopper, but it's not unloading anything because there's nothing to unload. So maybe I had it wrong, actually. Maybe I do want this to be powered so that the minecart returns. Let's try that again. But this time, let's move the power back one right here. I'll get this right eventually. This is actually not my design. I'm no redstone expert, that's for sure. I wish I knew who to give credit for this design. It's quite an older design, but it still seems to work, even in 1.19.2, which is what we're in. Okay, let's try replacing the hopper now. I gotta make sure I get this collection system right. Everything else looks fine. Let's place the minecart with hopper back on and give it a push. It still stops here. Maybe I did something wrong, or I should try moving the power back again where it was. Let's try that first. Yeah, sorry about all the back and forth. I thought I had this already designed and built and tested, but apparently it's still not working. So grab our minecart with hopper back out and try this again. Okay, give it a push, and the cart should, it's supposed to return. It should go back and forth unless it's dropping something off. Perhaps I'll look into this and then see what I did wrong, and we'll come back and fix that later. But for now, let's work on the rest of the farm. So the dirt is going to go here above where the minecart with hopper will be. And so I'm placing down 9 dirt there. And then the dirt on top of the dirt will be the flowers, which means the beehives will actually go right here. I'm just placing these down temporarily, these blocks here. I'm also going to need some building blocks to go, let's see, right here where the dirt is. These are all going to be blocks. We don't need any under where the collection system is, however. And these dirt blocks are temporary. They're going to be beehives, but what I need to do is place a temporary block so that I can put my dispensers facing down into where the beehive is going to be, so these temporary blocks. So I can get rid of this one, and then I want my dispenser to go, let's see, I think here? I don't know. You shouldn't see the hole of the dispenser if you've placed it correctly. Let's see, let's get up here and crouch, and if I can place this right, I might have to get just a little bit closer here, like that. I want it facing down into the dirt. So if you've done it correctly, you should see, yeah, there we go. You should see the hole is facing down where the beehive is going to go. Let's pick up this other dispenser. Let's see, we can get rid of this block up here, but we need a row of temporary blocks. Let's use our stone bricks, and let's run those all the way across here. All the way to the end, and we're just going to use those as temporary blocks to put our dispensers. So let's see if we can place these quickly. There we go, and then if we remove these temporary blocks down here, we should see that we've placed all of our dispensers correctly. Let's jump down and see if we have. Yep, I see the open hole is on the bottom of each dispenser, which is perfect. That's exactly where I want them to be. And can I get around here? I want to pick up all my blocks, as I'm going to keep using those temporary blocks for other things. So that's all the dispensers down. Next, let's place some more comparators. Now the comparators are going to go, as you can see, where the beehive is going to be placed, there's a block behind each one. But behind each of those blocks, we need to place a comparator. So let's place those down now. I just need 9 comparators because I'm only using 9 beehives, which aren't in yet. And then we need a bunch of redstone to be behind the comparators. In fact, all of this is going to be redstone, including these blocks up here. And yes, those blocks do have to be one higher in the back row. But these are all going to be redstone down here. And that now that we have those placed, we need to get our blocks out again. And we need blocks to be above, let's see, behind the dispensers, right? So we want blocks here. Let's put a temporary one there so we can jump up here. So these blocks are going to help return the redstone signal to the dispensers so that when they detect that the beehive is full of honey, it will activate the dispensers or the bottles inside the dropper, and then it will dispense the items here, and then the minecart with hopper should come under the row of dirt and collect them. If I've done this correctly, that should be how the farm works. Let's see, I need another row of blocks here above the comparators, and then above this redstone here, we're going to use our slabs. And let's place a row of slabs behind the blocks we just placed. And then we need to place some more redstone. Let's see, where does the redstone go? We already placed the redstone back on this row, so we just need to carry the signal. We need to carry the signal. Is it all these blocks get redstone? I think so. Let's try that and see if it works. Yeah, I think that's correct. So now we have redstone going all the way back to the dispensers. Yeah, because it needs to reach these blocks up here above the dispensers. So that should be all our redstone in. And it looks correct for now. The only trouble is the collection system. I also need to make some more slabs here because there's a trick you can do to place down your beehives without the bees coming out. So that way if it's daytime, can I get up here? Yeah, I think if you place, are they top slabs? We need to place slabs in here. So we don't want the flowers in yet. We'll get the slabs over our dirt blocks. That's where the flowers will go. Here, let's change that to just a slab, and then we should be able to place from down here. We're going to have to make some temporary blocks. Here, we'll use dirt. We need something to walk on. What level do I put it at? Maybe, can I reach from here? Here, not that high. So I want the temporary blocks to be here. Yeah, that's correct. Here, let's make a row all the way back. There we go. I need one to get out, and yep, that looks good. So that way when we have our beehives ready, we can come in here and place them. Let's see, if we do it right, we can just place all the way back here, and the slabs will keep the bees from coming out until we're ready. So let's go work on, what do we have left to do? The redstone's all in, dispensers are in. I just need to get the beehives now, so that's going to take me a second. I got to go silk touch up some beehives from the manual bee farm, and then I'll be right back and we'll see if we can finish this farm. Well, we're just about out of time for this episode, but I did get all the beehives in. Let me show you real quick. I made a more permanent platform here, and if I crouch down and swift sneak along sideways, kind of crab walking, you can see that the bees are hard at work. They don't have much room in there. Their activity is pretty much confined to 1x1 space. Well, 1x9, I guess. In front of each of these beehives is a flower, and they come out and do their pollinating. And then I did figure out the problem with the collection system was that I wasn't putting a power rail on top of the hopper. So that's why the minecart with hopper would come down and then stop on top of the hopper. I forgot that you need one there as well. And then the power from the torch actually is what sends the cart back. So this block here, which powers these rails, doesn't need to be close because that one powers those rails. And I think the The powered rails are powered up to 4 from one power source. So whether that's a lever or a redstone block or a redstone torch, I'm pretty sure you can power 4. We learned that back when we did the what farm was that? The pumpkin and melon farm, or was it the other farm? The bamboo and sugarcane? One of those farms. We did a little experiment with the collection system power rail, right? We learned you can place power. You can power up to 4 rails. I think that's true. We'll have to test it again because I already forgot. Anyways, the farm is working. This is where the drops go. Up here on top is the hoppers. So I removed the temporary blocks that were above the dispensers. Not hoppers, I meant dispensers. So now you have access to the dispensers up here, and I filled them with shears using iron from our iron farm. So that took a while to craft all those shears up. It's actually, I didn't fill them all the way, I left an empty spot. I'll probably come back here and make sure that they're completely filled. And if I want to, I can also make I can make another minecart with hopper set up on top of these dispensers that will automatically refill with shears. Or we can just manually come back, and we might just do it manually for a while because I'd like to replace some of these with glass bottles so we can get honey blocks as well. Now this farm is not that fast. You could also have built it in the nether or the end, and I think then it works no matter what time of day it is. But since I built it here in the overworld, it only runs during the day. Now if you sleep a lot, like you can see the bees aren't active right now because it's nighttime. But if you sleep a lot, wow, that's loud. If you sleep a lot, then the bees will be active pretty much all the time. But yeah, if you do things at nighttime, the farm won't be running. The bees are crazy. But yeah, they're giving me plenty. Wow, look at all the honeycomb coming in. That's so much honeycomb. We're going to be able to get a lot of these honeycomb blocks and also the honey blocks. We should probably craft up some more of these glass bottles so we can turn some of these into to honey blocks. So that's the automatic farm done here. I'm actually going to take my bed with me. I'm not going to sleep down here anymore since we're done with the farm. I'll take my bed with me. I've put a lot of extra torches up here to try to keep mobs from spawning in this room. I don't think there's any areas that are too dark for mobs to spawn. I haven't checked everywhere. Yeah, this looks okay under here. And then these, of course, are top slabs. Bottom slabs? Bottom slabs. So no mobs will spawn on there. Are they bottom slabs or top slabs? Anyway, the ones mobs can't spawn on. And I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I also replaced the beehives, the ones that I silk touched for the automatic farm. And look, they're already full again. That's how long it's been. That's how long it took me to finish the automatic farm. All these beehives are already full. I had to breed the bees back up in this room as well. So several hours later, is that what the clock says? Several Minecraft days later, we've finally completed work on the honey farm, and I think it came out really good. We'll come back down here from time to time and harvest up these carrots and work on collecting some of these honey-related blocks. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.